Hey everybody, before we start the stream, make sure that you are following me so that you can get more of my awesome content and join the Discord to voice chat with me. But don't worry, you won't be recorded. And make sure to go check out my reviews over on YouTube. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram. And if you are one of those rare people that like to read, you can find my after action reports on my blog. And if you are interested, you can get some of my merch from my spring store. The links for everything are in my About section down below. Alright, hello everyone and welcome. I am not visible. Do you know what the problem is? I am not visible on... Let me refresh this. I'm not visible on the streamer mode. So, it's okay. Don't worry about it, everybody. Let me see. Am I visible if I go like this? Yeah, so don't worry about it. So I'm not visible on the streamer mode. I'm gonna fix that, but I'm the guy that says Mike's MAARs. So everybody who's watching the live stream, I'm Mike's MAARs. It might be that I'm not able to see my own camera and I have to do something about it, but that's fine. We are so with me today is introduce yourself.
Steven, or the Salty Skipper.
Yeah, awesome. Salty Skipper here, and when we get into our game, this is gonna be so much fun. So you can see me though, right? Oh yeah, because you can see me on the panel. I don't. You know what? I know why. I know why. I bet you that if I do that, I'll show up over here. Just wait. Let me see. We're having a little. We're still trying to discover how this whole thing works, everybody. No, see, it still doesn't let me do it. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I can directly message the people, and the technical support does really well with Alchemy. So, okay. Yeah. So this is Vampire the Masquerade. This is session 0. Now I've already had session 0, kind of session 0.5 with my dad, who is Lore Master Brian, and that was just because we were looking over how to kind of interact with the storyteller. And if you guys don't know, so our storyteller is ChatGPT, but I have done extensive, it's been so many hours. My wife has been angry with me how much I've sat here and written like rules for this thing. Okay, so I'm actually chatting with ChatGPT. I don't know if you've done this before. As we're going to be playing, have you chatted with ChatGPT before?
Not in using a roleplay game, but I have utilized ChatGPT.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I've been having problems with the app of ChatGPT, so I'm going to pull it up over here. But let me I got to get this thing open. So ChatGPT, there are some mistakes that it makes, right? But. Mm-hmm. There's a lot, so there's a lot that it does really well. And so basically I'm the assistant storyteller for the game, not a dungeon master, but storyteller. And ChatGPT does all of the work though, if that makes sense. So here's ChatGPT.
Clean slate. New chat, fresh.
Can you hear that?
The long-term stuff that matters is still in my memory. Your VTM project structure, Bowen, the way you want rules enforced.
All right, so that's just how it sounds. Okay, so and I can talk to it too. So when we're actually playing, we can talk to it. So that's cool. All right, so you've kind of gotten. So we're creating Salty Skipper's character, and we are. This is going to be good. So let me. I'm about to pull up. I have a template, and I'm just going to fill that into ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is going to keep track of everything for you, but then you're going to also keep track of it on your sheet. And we basically, how this is going to work is you're expected to understand your own powers and what the roles are. And I have all these references so I can make sure, just like a normal dungeon master would or storyteller. And then when we play through, ChatGPT ChatGPT has all those stats and is going to tell us oh, you can do this, or based on your numbers. Basically, it's the hidden roles is the big thing.
Yeah.
And ChatGPT is going to have all the information. One thing that's cool about ChatGPT is that while we're playing, things that we do are going to affect the world behind us, like outside of our actual play, in ways that I can't do. Like you know, storytellers just can't do. Just a second. Make the canvas a template by removing all current character data. And then okay, so you have a concept for your character. Also, by the way, we want to be very storyteller. I don't know, have you played where it's like really role play? Like really role play?
Mm-hmm.
So for entertainment purposes, as we are doing this, the idea is that we will not, like, we're not going to talk to each other outside of as if we were playing. So we're not going to say like, okay, like, what do you want to do? You know, we're going to, like, we're going to talk to our characters, like our characters are going to talk to each other, stuff like that. So,
keep metagaming to like a minimum.
Right, because this is going to be a live stream. We want it to be fun, and I've actually been watching some of these that people have done, and it really is so much fun. It might feel awkward, but I don't know if you would feel awkward, but watching other people play it is really, really fun. So, all right, so let's check this out. Talk to me about your character. Do you have, what do you have? And then we will move on from there as far as what we need to do.
I'm looking through the characters right now. I guess the different kindred.
Yeah.
I'm just perusing that. I don't have anything, like set in stone right now, or any idea of what I wanted to do. So, okay. But I was kind of like, what is the plot or the opening, for the campaign that you want to run? Maybe that will give me an idea.
Okay, we can do that. Now, I do not want you to know the other players, the other characters.
Okay, so we're all supposed to be unknown to each other.
Yeah, so basically, in the world of darkness, there's this government called the Camarilla, and then there's other governments, but just think of them as like a secret factions and the other secret factions, but the biggest, most powerful one is the Camarilla. And for the in order for you to be turned into a vampire, you have to get approval. Like, if I want to make a vampire, who I would then be the sire of, and then kind of be in charge of for at least a little while, I have to ask for the local prince's approval. And and then usually what happens is, so like for instance in our case, I'm gonna have just a second. Storyteller, give me a set the scene for the chronicle. Give me a breakdown of what the chronicle is. Don't name any of the characters or anything. Just set the scene of the city we're in, the world that we're in, what our and we've talked about this, Storyteller, but what our objective are, how we're coming together, just like a normal storyteller would when setting up a chronicle with human players and all of that. So basically for the story of us, though, is that we have been created to be by our sires to be like a group that is going to fight the other factions. There's a faction called the Anarchs, and there's a faction called the Sabbat. In Vampire the Masquerade, the older you get, the more political power you get, the more actual power you get. And our sire said we don't want to get directly involved, so we're going to create some what we would consider disposable vampires to do our duties for us. So that is the thing, and then I'm about to here we go.
New York City is restless. Not in the loud, obvious way mortals notice, but in the way predators feel when the ecosystem shifts. Old borders are being tested. Neighborhoods that used to sleep quietly now hum with tension. Whispers move faster than police radios. Something is stirring in the spaces between authority and chaos, and no one with power wants to be the first to bleed, finding out what it is. The city's elders are cautious. They've survived by letting others take the risks for them. When pressure builds, anarch agitation, Sabbat rumors, unexplained disturbances, it isn't the powerful who move first. It's the disposable, the newly embraced, The ones
That's
with
us.
just enough strength to be useful and just little enough importance to be expendable. That is where this chronicle begins. This is a street-level vampire story, set in the industrial arteries and forgotten corners of New York. Warehouses, docks, dead subway lines, and neighborhoods that fall quiet after midnight. The masquerade is intact, but fragile. Violence is tolerated when it's quiet. Justice is encouraged when it's deniable. Failure is survivable until it isn't. The characters are brought together not by friendship, but by necessity. Their sires have aligned interests and a shared problem. Rather than risk themselves, they form a small, mobile unit tasked with investigating disturbances, applying force where needed, and absorbing consequences that elders prefer not to face. Information flows downward. Orders are brief. Explanations are rare. The objectives are simple, at least on the surface. Identify threats before they grow, neutralize problems without attracting attention, and learn the shape of the city through blood and experience.
This is a long
Beneath
explanation.
that
She usually
lies
is
the real tension of the chronicle.
much shorter.
Learning how far you can go before the beast takes over,
All right.
deciding who deserves punishment and who doesn't, and discovering whether you're tools to be discarded or weapons sharp enough to earn a future. This is a chronicle about survival, vigilance,
end.
and becoming dangerous without becoming monstrous, set in a city that does not care if you live, only whether you make a mess when you die.
All right. Does that make sense? By the way, the masquerade. Well, you've played the game, so you know the masquerade is hiding, so that way mortals
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah. Okay. So that's what we've got, and then I also have descriptions of. I have descriptions of. I can give you descriptions of each of the clans as well.
Yeah. Well, I think I know which type of vampire I want to go with.
Okay. Tell me,
So I'm gonna.
Okay, so what do you got? Tell me what you got.
I think I'm gonna go with this gangrel vampire.
That's my favorite. That is my favorite. Okay, I'm typing it in for you. What's your character's name?
Ooh, okay.
It can be anything you want. It doesn't have to even be a normal name. Your name can be, I don't know.
Yeah,
Master Egg and the
I'm trying to come up with something. So we're gonna be doing this in New York City, right?
Yes.
That's where we're doing this.
Modern
All right.
New York, yeah.
We're trying to hide around and take people out. And what is the? You said there's a certain one of these clans we belong to.
Well, no. We're going to be part of the government group, which is the biggest and most structured one, called the Camarilla. But the clan it has your unique characteristics. So Gangrel tends to be, they're kind of the tanks. They're not the most physically, like, how do I explain this? They can change, they're like druids. They can change into, they can control animals, change into different animals. And they're basically considered the tanky ones, while Bruja is considered the damage. They do the damage.
Gotcha.
So, but the actual organization that we're part of, the Camarilla, is not a clan or whatever. It's not like that. That's just the group we belong to. Yeah.
Okay, and I'm seeing things up on this character sheet where it says stuff like enter a concept, concept, chronicle, predator, ambition, desire, sire. What
so
are these here?
If you want to, we can go through them line by line. I know that I've given you that, and then so just kind of keep in mind what you've already looked at, and then we'll go through them line by line. Yeah. So we can do name last. Don't worry about the name then. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So taking a look here. Let me just pull this up. Oh, by the way, I already told you this, so you're cool. So I want to explain this. There's a whole section of this, just real quick, and I'm going to say this again when we actually start. First of all, do you know what bleed is? Do you know what bleed is?
Is that like damage or something?
No, RPG term.
No.
Okay, so bleed is like you had a bad day, you come to the table. Don't let your bad day affect how we play the game and ruin the experience for all the other players. Crap, don't worry about that. That's stupid. So, advice for considerate play. I'm not going to read you everything, but I want to make this very clear. One of the this is a whole chapter, and it is like 6 pages long. Yeah, 6 pages long.
Okay.
And this is the first heading is character and player identity. That's fine. It talks about people's identity and whatever, which again, like for instance, it says here, play, in Northern Europe from your game, play with sexuality, gender, nationality, and so on. Whom knows, you may discover aspects of yourself that never suspected. So this is actually getting into like identity politics. And then this one says fascism in play. Vampire the Masquerade is not a fascist-friendly game. If you are a neo-Nazi, alt-righter, or whatever you're calling yourself nowadays, we urge you to put this book down and call someone who you trust to talk about where you went so wrong in your life. I totally...
Right.
I don't care about your political ideology, okay? But I totally disown those ideas in this book. Fascism is a form of government. Whatever. I'm actually a little bit read up on this. Fascism is a form of government. It has nothing to do with any actual... Like, I know that gets tossed around as kind of a euphemism and stuff, but even if it is, that's really stupid. The way to get people to connect with each other and share ideas is not by excluding those you don't like, so I disown that idea. There's also this thing that I want to talk about. I hope that doesn't bother you, me saying that. I know we've already kind of talked about this. Yeah, this is stupid. There's also
I'm
called...
apolitical. I don't,
Yeah. So the other thing is called Well, the other thing is called
I'm here for an RPG. I'm here for
yeah.
to play.
No, exactly. That's why I said I disown this idea. Calibration techniques is another one. A classic technique. It's called Lines and Veils. A classic technique originally designed by Ron Edwards in his book Sex and Sorcery. Lines and Veils allow players to pick and choose what they want to address in the campaign. Before the game, the storyteller should prepare 2 sheets of paper, one labeled lines and one labeled veils. Sorry, this is actually just so funny to me. Lines are things that will absolutely not be touched on in the course of play, not even mentioned in passing. Veils are things that can happen but will not be played out, and instead addressed with a fade to black. The storyteller asks players what they'd like to address added to the list. Now let me explain something to you. There's also a thing called the X card, which is when you're in an actual game, you have the table and you put a card, and when you feel uncomfortable with anything being mentioned, you touch the card, and we all stop and acknowledge our privilege and create a safe space for you. Let me tell you something. Stephen knows this. I was sexually molested for all 5 years of my teenage years, and abused in other ways than even that. So I totally understand trauma, but this is total bullshit. I think that we're playing a mature game. If something bothers you, hey, maybe say something, but I mean, it's a game. I don't actually, I doubt that we're going to have any instances in normal play unless we actually actively try to put those instances in the game. But I doubt we're going to have any instances of like child rape or whatever. And if you get offended when an NPC in an RPG swears or has a political ideology you don't like, then you need to mature as a person and realize that you live in the real world. And in the real world, we play games that have real world things in them. So we're totally against that. And if you don't like that, I hope that you still watch the live streams. But experience the real world with us as we play a fun RPG, like the real world aspects within our RPG as we have a good time doing it too. Anyway, okay, so that I did just want to say that, and I'm going to say that when we first start our actual gameplay together as a group, and then we're going to drop that and never talk about it again because it's stupid ideas. Anyway,
all right.
Okay, let's move on though. Sorry, I did just want to say I hope that you align with me on all of that, and even if you don't, let's just play together anyway and have a good time, right?
It's a game, but I mean, in most of like the D&D games that I've been in, if a player starts acting in a way that's basically ruining the game or taking everyone out of the experience, you just add consequences as the DM
There you
that
go.
Make it impossible for that person to do those things.
Right. Or you kick them out.
Yeah.
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 I mean, if
And I've seen like one person get kicked out of a game before.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah. Well,
Most people are like, hey, we're just here to play a game and have fun, right?
Yeah. Well, I had one guy who wanted to maybe get involved in this, and I told him, look, this is what this is going to be, so you've got to be a certain way, and he just outright refused. And I said, well, then you can't play. That's it. I mean, if we're playing a game and somebody does something like that, we're kicking them out. Those types of things are like being a jerk, not like I have my political ideology. I mean, if you can, whatever, I don't know. I don't even understand the concept of I've been offended because it's so anyway. And that's the whole thing. So if those start to be a big complaint of like, I know this is a vampire game, but do we really have to have this type of content in the game? Maybe we can just not be that way. I'm going to kick you out. If that becomes a big issue, we're kicking you out. You don't get to play. We want to have a good time and I'm not even, hey, if you want to go play those types of games, hey, I don't care, but that's cool, man. I hope you can find a place to have fun, but we're here to have fun in a vampire game about vampire stuff. So, all right, let's get into this though. So in your character sheet, we'll start off. So we can do name later. Concept is something that you can also develop later. But like for instance, I created a character that I've been playing through on my own with ChatGPT, and his name is Bowen Beckett. I've got to change his last name because Beckett apparently is a character that's famous in the Vampire the Masquerade universe, and his name is Beckett, and he's also Bowen is a gangrel. So Beckett is also a gangrel, so don't name your character Beckett. Anyway,
okay.
So like his concept is that he's a military veteran who turned kindred vigilante, which basically means he doesn't really kill innocent people. It's not. He's mostly like a combination between the Punisher and the Predator. Hunting worthy prey and being honorable while also wanting to just murder bad guys. And then you got to think like worthy prey being not civilians, so I don't. And dishonorable people being people who hurt or hunt prey that is not worthy, so if that makes sense. So that's like the concept. You can develop that on your own after we kind of do this. The Chronicle, don't worry about the Chronicle, because that's the game that we're playing. That just helps you keep track of what Chronicle we're playing through. The Ambition, I can read it. I can read to you what the Ambition is. So the Ambition, actually, and see, this is the problem. The core book here is really weird because it follows a really weird, it kind of jumps around, and a lot of people complained about the core book. So the Ambition, though, basically is what you want to be. Like not what you want to be, but like your big goal. So like, for instance, take down the Black Rose Syndicate. That is Bowen's ambition. It's what every aspect of what his character does, even when he's doing things unrelated to it, it's the thing that he looks back and goes, I want to do this thing, And so that's good. Or like one of my characters I was playing around with, he wants to be the sheriff, which again, basically the Camarilla main police officer in whatever city you're in. So here's what it actually says. So a character...
Can I start out with no ambition? Like I just got sired as a vampire and I'm...
Yep. Yeah. You can do that, but that has to be established pretty quick. Like you have to have it, you're going to have to be getting it. And I'll tell you why. Because you're going to get experience points based on how well you role play, pursuing your ambition. And even after today, maybe you say, hey, I have an ambition that I want to add, But here's what it says. So a character's ambition keeps them acting and moving both night by night and in the Chronicle. It provides motivation for the player's story hooks for the storyteller. An ambition must be measurable in the game. My ambition is to achieve Humanity 10, or a concrete achievement in the world of the Chronicle. My ambition is to liberate Chicago from the Camarilla. Ambition is not something vague like end racism or achieve world peace, but it focuses on something specific like bring true death to this character or end the Gehenna War in the Ukraine. If an ambition is unlikely to happen or would end the chronicle if achieved, it can still provide rich story juice. It only needs to be theoretically achievable. So, like, my character will probably never become the highest law enforcement authority for the Camarilla in the city, but it's still like, I would like to do that. I'd like to do that, you know?
Yeah.
And then, okay, so that's an ambition. And then a desire, it reflects... desires reflect less than lifelong ambition, but more momentary wants. Each session, a character can select a desire to keep their unfulfilled desire from the previous session. Once per session, when the character definitively acts to further or accomplish their desire, they may immediately recover 1 point of superficial willpower damage. So in other words, willpower damage is like your mental power. So like if you say, I want to protect the innocent, you go through a big combat battle, it drains you mentally, for instance, and then you go and do something good and you think, oh man, that made me feel good about myself or whatever. You get a little bit of mental healing. So the mechanic intentionally provides players with an incentive for character action rather than passively waiting for the plot or turtling up defensively. So desires change since desires change so rapidly, you don't need to write them on your character sheet. Just write your current desire on an index card, whatever. That's mechanically, but you can put it in your character sheet. It's fine.
Okay.
If it doesn't involve someone or something named on the relationship map, it's not worth considering as a desire. By this metric, I want to drive a cherry Maserati, or I want to eat a brunette. Those aren't real desires, because it's like you can just do that, and it's not really related to gameplay. So mine here is my desire is to protect the innocent by destroying predators, and that basically has to do with Bowen's Chronicle of there's this big bad group that is hunting down people doing bad things, and Bowen wants to, for that particular session, for that particular chronicle, Bowen's, it's kind of a longer term desire, but wants to, stop that, stop those types of things from happening, because whatever. So you can write it down, and then you can change anytime, basically, from session to session. That's the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. So
now predator. What are these different types of predators?
Yeah. So basically, this has to do with how you hunt, and they also give you specific bonuses. So I can, and I have them right here. I just have to. Okay, predator types 175. Okay, here it is. So this is basically like how you like to hunt, and then it also, like I said, it gives you bonuses. When you're playing the game, you don't have to hunt that way. And by the way, this game, because I know Dungeons & Dragons is usually like you go to a dungeon or you talk to someone, they send you to a dungeon, you spend all day in the dungeon or all session in the dungeon trying to get to whatever the thing is. Here, session play is like you might play for, let's say we played 2 hours, 30 minutes in, you kind of complete a little mini mission and then you go home and go to bed. Wake up the next day, the storyteller tells you, what do you want to do now? And then you say, okay, well, I want to go talk to this guy, and then he gives you a mission across town, and you're moving around a lot. In between all of that, as a vampire, you're going to get hungry sometimes, and you can do hunts. And this has to do with doing the hunting. So narratively, this has to do with like, I want to go find a criminal and chase him down and physically fight him because I'm an alley cat and I like doing that. But mechanically it has bonuses. So, and I don't know if you have them on your sheet, but basically alley cats like to actually hunt. Stalking, so stalk, overpower, and drink from whomever you can when you can. You may or may not attempt to threaten or dominate victims into silence or mask feedings as robberies. A lot of times Bruja or physical guys, it's good for gangrel as well, but physical people will like rob a guy and feed him. Yeah. And then feeding actually causes people to have memory loss, so they don't remember they were fed upon, but they'll remember like, oh man, somebody mugged me yesterday. So Alley Cat gives you certain specialties. Alley Cat gives you intimidation. which is stick-ups. So that allows you to, again, stage things as a stick-up. Brawl gives you, you can pick either Intimidation or Brawl, and Brawl would be grappling. Brawl is hand-to-hand combat without weapons. Grappling, okay? And then you gain a dot of Serenity, which is like movement powers, or Potence, which is actually increasing your physical damage. And then you lose a dot of Humanity, and you gain 3 dots of criminal contacts. So that's cool. Baggers are people who like bagger. You have the list there, right?
I am looking at the character sheet right now, but it just shows the
no. But I'm
names
saying
of what they are.
I sent you a document in character new player guide. The character new player guide that I sent you.
Okay. Let me open that up.
Yeah, just so you can kind of have a idea, and maybe I can clarify anything as well. Because I think those are just like real quick little sentences that might give you the just like
what page is it on?
It's are you talking about which page is it on the new character creation guide?
Yeah, the complete new player guide.
Yeah, so step 3, choose a predator type. And that actually gives you the bonuses too. So if you already looked at choosing a clan.
Right. Cat, got it. You hunt through violence. Bagger, you feed from blood bags. Farmer, you feed primarily from animals instead of humans. Sandman, you sleeping victims. Siren, seduce charm. Osiris, you lead a cult fan base. Okay, tight.
Yeah, so those are the ones that you have.
Okay.
So the idea here.
Osiris.
Well, so I will tell you. You can do whatever you want. I'm gonna let you do whatever you want. But see now, wait, I disappeared. Why did I disappear? Oh, I know why I disappeared. Because if I don't do anything in the game.
It decides that you need to leave.
Well, it tells me, basically it asks me, hey, are you still there? And then if I'm not paying attention, it closes down. So I have to move everything to the other side here. So this game, you can do whatever you want. That's fine. I'm totally down. I don't care. ChatGPT doesn't care. But when you ask ChatGPT like recommendations, which is, it'll tell you the same thing I'm going to tell you right now, but this game is it is less combat. I mean, there's combat, and ChatGPT has designed the Chronicles so that way it's like this is action packed for us, okay? But it's more narrative driven. So, like gangrels tend to be alley cats or farmers. You can do whatever you want. I'm just telling you. I'm just giving you that idea as we move forward here. If you want to do Osiris and have a cult, a fan base, that tends to be like Ventru or Ventru or Toreador, because they tend to be people who are either leaders or famous. But if you want to be gangrel, totally cool, and you can do that. I just wanted to give you that. I should have said that in the beginning, but go ahead, whatever you want to do.
Okay. Yeah.
Also,
I'm starting to get these ideas, and mull things around. And
there's a couple that are missing here.
What is it?
There's a couple that are missing here. Blood leech is you drink from other vampires, which is dangerous. Basically, I'm just going to tell you, you don't want to. There's problems with that. It causes nobody. You don't want that one. Cleaver is where you feed on your own family. Or someone's family. Like you pick a family and you're like, I'm gonna feed on these people. Consensualists are they're people that feed on
willing
subjects, and then everything that and then if you have, so the idea here is pick your concept, and then fill everything in that you feel fits to your concept. So so if you're interested in any of those, I can.
I'm still kind of like, what do you call it? Fuzzy about the whole concept thing, but what I'm working with here, what I'm thinking of doing is one of these gangrel vampires, and I put down for the ambition and desire, and I said to create a sanctuary for the city strays, and my desire is to answer the call of a threatened animal.
Of a threatened animal. Okay, here type your stuff into either the game chat. Actually, type it into the game chat. Like, just copy and paste it into the game chat, and I'll put it in. I'll fill it into your character sheet here on ChatGPT. As we're doing all this, I've got to remember to do that because otherwise I'll forget. Okay, so you are.
Let me find the game chat here. Is it just that little chat button on the bottom right?
Bottom left. Or wherever you see it. I see it a little differently because I'm the storyteller. See, it should be here. See that?
Oh, that's a help thing. One sec. See, notes. Oh, on the message?
Yeah. So
okay.
just type it in there and I'll copy and paste it for you.
All right, so I'm going with ambition to create a home for city strays. Desire is answer the call of a troubled animal.
Okay, cool. So I will. Okay, cool. So these are all things that are kind of obscure, and you might. Oh, go on.
I'm going with that druid, thing that you're talking about.
Gangrel.
Yeah.
Yep, that's fine.
So
they're pretty.
That's what I
cool.
figured. I'll be, let me plug in my light real quick.
Yeah, they're pretty freaking cool, to be honest.
Why is that light so hard to turn on? All right, but let's see. So I got that. Still no concept yet, because like I said, I don't really understand the concept part of it.
So, well, like you're saying here, if your character's desire is to, if your character's desire is to create a sanctuary for the strays. When you say strays, do you mean stray animals or stray vampires? Like just stray people in general,
Stray animals, I'm thinking like, all the raccoons, the rats, the pigeons, the, cats, stuff like that.
Okay.
And if there's other people that, maybe I find that want to engage and involve in that, then I might, include those as well, stray vampires and stuff as well.
Sure. Yeah. So because gangrel kind of live on the fringes of society. They're a clan that does not, and it's actually cool that you don't know because you're gonna learn through gameplay, and which is cool for role playing. But just as a simple concept, they live on the fringes of society. They're kind of outcasts. And the Camarilla does not have. They're not like the clan as a whole is not members of the Camarilla anymore because they left. So it's kind of cool what you're saying. But all of these types of things are your concept. Like it's like I want to be. My character is someone who. Like Thor is a god of thunder who protects Earth. Hulk is a scientist who transforms into a big green mean monster because it's his repressed emotions. I'm a guy who was a veteran who got bitten and now uses my powers of vampirism to be a vigilante.
I got you.
You know, yeah.
So I'll put down that I was a subway worker, you know,
Okay.
like an NTA, you know, worker, and I was always like, you know, cool with the animals, anyways, working down there, raccoons and rats and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then, you know, then I got turned.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, cool. Do that, and then you know you can just put that in like maybe a 1-sentence form, like subway worker who liked animals turned vampire. You know. And then as you type it, just paste it into the chat here. So you can do feeding on animals. I talked about consensualist. Any of the ones that pique your interest as far as predator types, though, you can let me know, and we will. I can give you any more details on them. Yeah.
I'm good on that. Now the Chronicle, what is that?
Don't worry about the Chronicle. Chronicle
Okay.
is the actual game we're playing. It's just for you, like in a regular way. Like, so here we're managing this, but it's just like, you think if you had like 5 character sheets, you just like annotate, I'm playing this character with this game.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's just the name of the game. So just don't worry about that. But did you say that you didn't tell me your predator type?
Osiris.
Okay, so basically you lead a cult. You know, that could work, because you could be like a little bit of an environmentalist. Some of those people are.
Yeah.
It's a little bit weird. But however that works, we can what's going to happen is ChatGPT doesn't know everything, you know?
Yeah.
But you can, with that, you can say, like, as we go through the game, you can say, you take over as far as describing your own stuff. So with Osiris, you can add a specialty, which is occult, specific tradition, like you can name a tradition you want,
Okay.
or performance, which is a specific entertainment field. So you can put that in. So what you do is, under your character sheet, just so we can do this now and we don't lose it later, under your character sheet, go down to either, you can pick one or the other. So you can either go to occult on your character sheet. You put.
Are you talking about the one on the website or the PDF one?
The PDF one. Don't worry about the one on the website. The one on the website doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. I've been filling that one out.
Oh, yeah, that's for, we're going to be tracking it separately. That's just for if you wanted to, like, so that way as the storyteller I can actually pull it up. So you can do it. You can do it on the website, but just for now, just fill in the PDF and then.
Okay.
Like no matter what happens, you want to have the PDF. Like you want to have the PDF filled in, so that way you have your own separate thing anyway. So
yeah.
So basically, though, you're not going to get a free dot, like a free level into the skill that you pick for your specialty. Okay?
Okay.
But you get a free specialty. So if you're going to put points into occult, you put them there. If you're going to put then you get, and if you're going to put points into performance, you get the specialty there. So basically, you got to tell me which one you want, and then
there were 3, right? It was cult, performance, and what was the other?
No. It was cult or performance, but then the specialty, because you actually have to name the specialty, and it's very narrative driven. But the actual one that this gives you is a specific tradition, or a specific entertainment field. Like if it was performance, you could say I play the saxophone. If it was occult, it could be like nature crap, whatever stuff. That makes sense.
Okay. Then I'll do the occult one.
Okay.
And I'll do the specific tradition.
Okay, and then tell me the tradition. In fact, here, I can give you a... okay, 1 second, let me see. All right, storyteller, so we're creating this character. Don't add anything to the canvas, but we just want some suggestions. We've got a gangrel who basically is kind of a conservationist, animal rights activist type. His desire is to create a home for city strays that includes people, but mostly is concerned about animals. And then answer the call of a troubled animal. Sorry, that's his ambition. His desire is to answer the call of a troubled animal. He is Osiris type, predator type. And Osiris predator type gives a specialty in the occult, which is a specific tradition. What kind of occult tradition would fit his specific character? Like, give me some recommendations. And this thing, I told you before, it has like GPS data.
Mm-hmm.
So it actually, when we're playing through the game, it'll give you actual like GPS level detail in the places that we go. And then it also has access to everything from the internet. So that's cool. All right, here we go. Ready?
Yep.
For your gangrel character with an Osiris predator type and a focus on animals, here are a few occult traditions that could align with his
And I have this
character's
all lined up
ambitions and
too. I
desires.
can read it.
1. Shamanism, Native American or global traditions. This tradition emphasizes a deep connection with the spirit world, animals, and nature. It involves communing with animal spirits or totems, which could tie into his goal of answering the call of troubled animals. The connection to nature would also resonate with his animal rights activism. 2. Druidry, Celtic occultism. As a tradition rooted in nature, Druidry focuses on the protection of forests, animals, and the land. A character who practices this
You know what I'm
tradition
going to
feel a
do? If
deep
you don't
spiritual
mind,
responsibility.
I'm going to read this quicker. This is better when it's storytelling during a game, but it goes...
Yeah.
It reads slowly here. So, Druidry, a tradition rooted in nature. Druidry focuses on the protection of forests, animals, and the land. A character who practices this tradition could feel a deep spiritual responsibility to protect animals and wildlife in urban environments, using their occult knowledge to influence the environment and creatures. Animism, which is Shinto or African traditions. Animism is based on the belief that animals, plants, and even inanimate objects have spirits. An occultist who follows this tradition could be deeply connected to animals in a spiritual sense, understanding their needs and seeking to heal or guide them. Hermeticism is a focus on nature and elemental forces. While traditionally focused on more intellectual or spiritual pursuits, Hermeticism can be bent to focus on the elements and nature spirits. Gangrel, this occult tradition might work with the elements to help troubled animals or harness elemental powers. By the way, just so you understand, occult is knowledge. This does not give you these special powers that it's talking about, okay? And then there's eco-spiritualism, which is modern-day paganism or elemental magic. A more modern environmental occult tradition, eco-spiritualism integrates spirituality with a commitment to environmental activism. This tradition focuses on healing the earth and all its creatures, aligning perfectly with the character's goals to create a sanctuary for strays and answering the call for troubled animals. So you got shamanism, druidry, animism, hermeticism, and eco-spiritualism. Those are just...
I actually think I got this. For my cult tradition, I think it should be, I'm going to be a subway worker, an MTA worker.
Yeah.
And I think it should be, if you pass through my territory, you have to repair, clean, or feed something before you leave.
Okay, but so the only problem, so the thing is, that can be your... How do I explain
It's
this?
like a cult tradition. If you're in my cult, before you leave, this thing, you have to repair, clean, or feed something.
So that can be a thing, but we've got to make sure that we've got this right, because I'm
Okay.
it has to be a little different than that. Core traits, skills, 164. All right. Sorry. Here we go. Insight, streetwise. Cult. This is where it is. Investigation, medicine. Occult. Occult represents the knowledge of the mystical world, extending from the rites and practices of Freemasons and whatever these other things are, all the way to Nodist scholars and real mages. You can recognize occult sigils and folk magic practices, effective or not. So this is, it's got to be something like that. Like, so you can, that can be a thing that you can enforce, but it can't be the thing that goes onto your character sheet. Does that make sense? So basically what it's telling you is that you have to be connected in some kind of religious or occult belief, and then you get a specialty related to that.
Okay.
And have knowledge of that. And have knowledge of that.
Okay. I think the Hermeticism, I'll go with that.
Okay, I'm gonna put it in here for you, into the chat for you. You can drag it into, so that is focused on more intellectual or spiritual. Hermeticism can be bent to focus on elements, earth, water, air, fire, and nature spirits. A gangrel with a cult tradition might work with the elements to help troubled animals or harness elemental powers to protect and aid them.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm putting that into the messages here for you, and then you can, so what you do is you put it on the line.
Yep.
And then put at least one dot. So you just put one dot for now, and then we'll work our way from there. Okay.
Okay.
So.
Which I did. I got that.
Okay, and then I'm not putting anything in, and we'll get to that when we go through the skills. And then what page were we on? This is the problem that I was saying, is that it's 170. This core book jumps around. Okay, so Osiris also gives you gain 1 dot of blood sorcery. That's for Tremere. Or 1 dot of presence. So presence is a discipline. So go down to disciplines. I would put it as like the 4th discipline down the list, and then put presence.
All right, what is it?
Presence, and then use the drop down box, and then put 1 dot into that, and we'll deal with that later.
Okay. I go to discipline. I've got, let's see. Oh, presence. Okay.
Yep. And put one dot into that. Yep.
Excuse me. All right.
Okay. And then you've got 3 dots.
3.
Just a minute.
Into what?
I'll tell you. Okay. So these are not free. They're not free.
Okay.
But you have to spend them.
All right.
So you get 3 dots between fame and herd backgrounds. And then you also have to spend 2 dots between enemies and mythic flaws. And I will, for now, put 3, go down, just so we can mark it, go down into advantages and backgrounds.
Yep. Okay.
And just put 3 dots and put 2 dots. And then put herd or fame, and then enemies, and then enemies. And then when we get there, that'll tell us that we have to do that.
What is herd?
That is that you have a group of people that you feed on. Like, you have actually people you can call up and be like, hey, you want to meet up? And they're basically like attached to you. They don't necessarily know you're a vampire, but they're your herd to feed on.
Okay. Because I don't see that in the advantages on the backgrounds.
Yeah, it's not complete. You can just type it in. You just click on it and type it in.
Okay. All right. So, and then the other thing, what was that?
And then do another one that has 2 dots, and it just put enemies, but there's another thing, but just put enemies now, just to demarcate it for us.
Okay. Got it.
All right. Now we move on to attributes. These are your core traits. So gangrel tend to be physical. That's fine. Just because of the way that they work.
Yeah.
They're not a 1-to-1 with druids. The occult thing is actually pretty good. I haven't thought about that. But
yeah.
They're not 1-to-1 with druids. They're not like wisdom and what is it? Wisdom and intellect. They're different.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got, and then if you kind of look at that guide, it gives you a little bit here. So here's what it says. You're going to, and I have a character creator cheat sheet right here in the back of this book. So for your attributes, you take 1 attribute at 4, 3 attributes at 3, 4 attributes at 2, and 1 attribute at 1. I start with saying to myself, what's my 4 and what's my 1?
Okay, so you have basically a 4, a 3, a 2, and a 1?
1 at 4, 3 at 3.
What is the 1 at 4? Like, I don't understand that.
Oh, sorry, 1 at level 4.
Okay, so I guess what level are we then?
No. I'm saying you get to pick. You take your attribute and you pick. Oh, I understand what you're saying. No. Go to your attributes and it says physical, social. Okay, pick one of those and put 4 dots into it. That's what it's telling you.
Okay, so out of physical, dexterity, and stamina, I put 4 dots into only one of those, or?
Well, you can put them into any. No. You can put them into any of those attributes. I just meant like you pick one of them and say 4, and then I can describe them to you. I will tell you that your health is stamina plus 3.
Okay.
And your willpower, which is your mental thing, is your composure plus resolve. Willpower is like if you get attacked with mental abilities.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Willpower allows you can spend it to like re-roll dice in certain instances and stuff if you fail at a roll. And spend it on stuff like it's kind of like your mana.
How many dots in total do I have across these physical, social, and mental attributes?
Well, that's what I'm saying. This is specific. This isn't like Dungeons and Dragons where you get a certain number and you can just assign them. One of them has to be 1. One of them has to be 1. 1 has to be 4.
Okay.
3 have to be 3, and 4 have to be 2.
Okay, so I choose one attribute out of all of these to be 4, right?
Yeah, that's your main attribute.
Got it. Then what is composure, resolve, and wits?
Okay. Yep, these are good questions. So, oh, by the way, and then each of these, it gives you examples of dot level. For instance, strength, with a dot level 1, you can easily crush a beer can. Okay, so you're basically like weak. And then at strength 5, you are a true powerhouse and can likely break open metal doors, tear open a chain link fence, or snap open a chained gate.
I'm seeing it here. Attribute categories: self-control, for composure, manipulation, got it. Wits, quick thinking, perception, got it. All right, so I'm thinking the one that I'm gonna put 4 into is going to be strength.
Okay.
3, 4. Now, how many do I put 3 into?
3 is 3.
Okay, so I get 3 of these that I get to put 3 dots into, right?
Yes.
So then I'm going to put 3 into stamina. And then let me see here. I'm going to put 3 into wits and intelligence.
Okay.
2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, now I get to do 2. 2 of these have 2 dots, right?
4 have 2.
Oh, 4 have 2 dots. Okay, then I'm going to do dexterity as 2 dots.
Okay.
Charisma is 2 dots.
Yep.
Composure is 2 dots. And resolve is 2 dots. And then finally, manipulation will be 1 dot.
Okay. All right. Very cool. All right. And then we will get... Okay, so then what you do is... Go down into the character sheet and take your stamina and add 3 to it. That's your health.
Add 3 dots to it?
No. Take your stamina and add, like, the number and put 3 to it.
I'm looking for it. Let's see.
So stamina, you put stamina as 3, so then you add 3, so now you have 6 health. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I'm looking for on this PDF where that is.
Oh, it's on the bottom right of the first page.
Oh, of the first page.
Yeah, and then you click the number of.
All right.
Then you take your composure and your resolve, and you put those together.
Because I'm at the end of the first page, the bottom right. I see resonance, hunting, feeding penalty, bane, blood surge, power bonus. I see health, willpower, humanity, hunger, blood potency.
Wait. Let me see. Just a moment. Why are you seeing it differently? You said resonance.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's farther up. It's farther up. That whole square. So it should be like resonance, hunting, blood potency, hunger, humanity, willpower, and health.
Yeah. I see those.
Yeah, so your health.
But I don't stamina.
Oh, stamina is the part of those. Stamina is the attributes that we just did.
Yeah, which I have the 3 dots into them.
Right. So I'm saying, so for instance, your stamina is 3 dots. Okay.
Yeah.
Now add 3 to 3, and then you get 6. So you put the squares there under health. You fill in 6 of them.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And then you do the same thing with willpower, but willpower is composure and resolve number. The number of composure and the number of resolve.
Okay, so 2 and 2, so that gives me 4. So I put 4 dots.
4 willpower,
4.
yeah.
Got it. Then humanity?
Humanity is always 7.
Okay.
But it might, like, depending on how we build your character here, like, there's going to be, like, Alley Cat, you -1 humanity. So just start with 7. Start with 7.
Yeah.
And then so what was you said your willpower is what now? 4?
Willpower is 4 squares.
Okay. All right. Cool. So then let's go. This is the one.
Hunger, blood potency.
Hunger, blood potency, don't worry about. Hunger, leave at 0. Don't worry about anything else in that section for now. Now we're gonna go to your. This one is skills. All right. So your skills is exactly what it says it is. Your skills. Okay. How this works is like this, and this is again like the occult thing that we just talked about. So you say, you know, in life I was good at shooting, so I put firearms. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So just a moment. I'm just opening it to the page here. Yeah. Okay. So this gets a little complicated. You have to decide. Do you want a jack of all trades type character, a balanced character, or a specialist?
I think I'm gonna go with a specialist.
Okay, so that means that you're gonna have more dots in less points, or sorry, more dots in less skills. Okay, but they're gonna be higher. Okay, so 1 skill is 4.
1 skill is 4. All right, I'm gonna go with this animal kin.
Okay, let me see. I'm opening it up here. I've got your skills. Okay, here we go. Skill. Animal. can. Okay. 3 skills are 3.
3 skills are 3.
Yep.
Okay. Then I will go on these.
And I can give you 2 things. Craft.
Yeah.
Medicine and science. Just a moment. Have their own. They get a free specialty. But yeah. Sorry.
Well, I was definitely going to go with craft.
Yeah, so craft, academics, science, and performance all get their own specialty. So if you put 1 point into them, you have to choose a specialty. And the reason that is because when you're using craft, it's not a general skill. It's like, I can use craft to do this one specific thing, or however many specialties you have.
Yeah. I was going to go with craft, athletics, and streetwise.
Okay, so craft, athletics, and streetwise. Okay, and then you have to give me, so what do you want? Just a second. Storyteller. Well, do you have an idea of how you, like, what specialty in craft? Again, this is all narrative driven, so you can actually just, like, give me whatever you want.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if I'm going to be a subway worker, my thought was to have some sort of specialty with, like, probably tools, you know.
It's got to be more specific than that. Like...
Switching rail, you know, being able to switch the rail cars and understand, you know, like the tunnels and that kind of stuff.
Okay, here we go. Let me do this real quick. Storyteller, give me an example of some things. We've talked about this character. So he was a railway, like a subway worker. Okay, and that's how he got into liking animals, because he was like always interacting. He was a little bit of a weirdo. He'd interact with like the raccoons and the rats and all that stuff, and he liked that. He's taking craft, and we need examples of specialties that his character might take for craft. I will say one thing that I did was, like, my character did field repair, and field repair could be like you could take apart a doorknob. It's not lock picking, but if there's like a chain system or something, or if it's like you want to turn off the lights, I take out my field repair kit and can turn off the lights to a building. Okay, so we've got like urban shelter construction, build improvised nests, den hideaways. Okay. Repurposed materials, turn discarded transit materials, cables, metal plates into functional objects. Animal enclosures, not zoo cages, but humane containment. Temporary pens, recovery spaces, transport crates. Trap safe construction, designing non-lethal traps, guiding funnels, or enclosure entrances that don't harm animals. Subterranean. I like that one. Okay, well, let me go through the rest, and then I'll highlight that. But so, subterranean maintenance, specialized craft focusing on tunnels, drainage, ventilation shafts, access panels, and crawl spaces. Environmental reinforcement, shoring up unsafe spaces. Animal prosthetics and aids, very on-brand weirdos do this. Splints, mobility aids, improvised muzzles for injured jaws. Camouflage structures, making shelters that blend into urban decay. And then urban shelter construction. Oh, sorry. This is just saying. It kind of makes sense. That's kind of its recommendation, but that's fine. You said you want the animal enclosures though.
There was that, and then I'm sorry, there was another one, but after that, talking about the freaking rail, like.
Subterranean maintenance, specialized in craft, focused on tunnels, drainage, ventilation shafts.
Yeah, actually, I'll do that one. Subterranean maintenance.
Okay. Or, trap safe construction, design non-lethal traps. Is that what you were talking about?
No, the subterranean maintenance. I'll go with that one.
Okay, that's good. Okay. Okay, so those are your 3 for 3. You get
Yep.
2. By the way, you have to spend points into occult. I forgot.
Yeah, I already
kind
said I have one point in occult right now.
Right, but I'm saying that's not free. Like,
Okay.
so you have 2. Sorry, you have 3 skills at 2, and 3 skills at, and then 3 skills at 1. So you can bump occult. You can keep occult. You can keep occult as a 1, or you can bump it up to 2. But however you want to do. I was just laying it out for you. So.
Okay. So I have 3 skills that I choose to put 2 in, right?
Yes. And again, I can describe any of them because I have the book right here if you're wanting to know what they do. Oh, one thing is, sorry, I should have mentioned this before. You don't have anything right now in any of the combat skills.
No.
So combat skills being brawl, which is hand-to-hand combat, melee, which is hand-to-hand like combat with weapons. Yeah. Firearms is guns. My God.
Yeah.
And that's actually it. But I'm just saying you don't have anything in those. So just kind of thing.
Okay.
You don't have to, but also, I mean, however you want to. You are a tank class character.
What is the difference between melee and brawl?
So melee is hands. Brawl brawl is hands, melee is weapons. I will tell you, gangrels get the ability to grow their claws long, and they do quite a bit of damage with those claws. So that would be a brawl skill.
Got it. So then I'll put 2 into brawl.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna put 2 into stealth. And I get 1 more skill with 2, right?
Yes.
And then I'll put 2 into technology.
Okay.
And then you said I get 3 that I put 1 into, right?
Yes. And one of them has to be occult at this point.
Yeah. The cult's already there, so the other 2, I'm going to put 1 into medicine.
Okay.
And 1 into what is drive? Is that literally like cars?
Driving, yeah.
No, not
now
that
anybody
one.
can drive a car no matter what.
Yeah.
But you are a cautious driver. So 1 is you are a cautious driver, unlikely to make any mistakes. 2, you can put your foot down without much fear of an accident. 3, you have 1 car races. 4, you can be a stunt driver, and then 5, you know a car inside and out. Few can match your skill and knowledge.
Got it. And then I'll put 1 into persuasion.
Okay. Persuasion.
So I got those set up now.
Yep. Okay, so now we go to... Oh, just letting you know. So you get 1 specialty. You get 1 free specialty. Just in general, like part of character creation.
Where are these specialties?
They're not specific. They're whatever you want. So, like, you could take a specialty in brawl, and your specialty could be, testicle punching. And anytime you say that you want to punch somebody in the testicles, you get a +1 bonus.
All right. So I already have specialties, I guess, in craft and cult, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah. What was your thing for cult?
Cult was specific tradition, hermeticism.
And then let me just go up here and copy and paste that, because I'm not going to even... I'm even going to paste its description, because who the hell knows what hermeticism is?
That was the elemental magic thing.
Yeah. Okay. So, Yeah, so like anytime we like if we find like a scroll written in something about Hermeticism, you'd be like, hey, I know that. Anyway, okay, give me one
Yeah.
more specialty.
I also had the subterranean maintenance and craft.
No, I got that. I just mean like you're a new free one.
I mean, I don't know any of these, so I can't just like,
Okay, so animal
fart-
kin. Oh yeah, animal kin. I should have, because that one is that one is a different thing. So I'll go through each of the ones that you have. So your 4 dot one.
Yeah.
Normally 4 dot is a good one. To you
Yeah.
know, like you want to, you say, I'll do that. So animal kin, where are you? Should be right at the top. Why am I not? Missed it. Animal kin. So animal kin allows you to cow, pacify, and even befriend animals. This skill allows you to predict how an animal might react in a given situation, train a domesticated creature, or even try to calm an enraged animal. Without this skill, most creatures pointedly avoid or grow aggressive around vampires. By the way, those sounds you're doing is just so that way I don't get that little thing that says you're still there.
Yep.
Okay, 1 is animal. Well, okay, so with 4, you draw animals into your orbit. Few attacking creatures maintain their aggression. Specialties can be things like, and this is not exhaustive. So, specialties can be attack training, cats, dogs, falconry, horses, pacification, rats, snakes, stunt training, and wolves. Those are just examples. So one thing that I will tell you is that later on, Gangrel gained the ability to get a famulus. That's free.
Okay.
So if you get a famulus, that basically means that's an animal that is your familiar, and and it works with you. So you don't necessarily need to. You get to pick it. So you don't need to have animal kin specialty in wolves to have a wolf famulus. We'll pick one later, and I have a list of them that you can pick. But if you said something like snakes, you could be like fucking, excuse my language, Harry Potter, and when we get attacked by a snake, you go, and the snake stops attacking. Whatever one you'd like, though. So that's animal kin is a little bit of a weird one. Craft, you've already kind of got. Athletics could be like pole vaulting. Streetwise is going to be like working with the underground. It could be like arms dealing, black market, bribery, drugs, fence, stolen goods, gangs, graffiti, personal rep, sex trade, urban survival. Brawl, you kind of got stealth.
I'm gonna go with the animal kin.
Okay.
And I want. I guess basically the pacification or domestication, deal, because I want a raccoon companion.
Okay, so you don't need that if you're gonna make one your famulus.
Yeah. So I don't need domestication or pacification on other animals, like just animals in general.
So for your famulus, that is basically, think video game animal that does what you want it to do. Okay.
Yeah, I'm tracking the familiar thing, but I'm saying overall, I want the ability to be able to pacify or domesticate animals.
Okay, so we can go. So you can go pacification.
Okay.
Okay. And then if we get attacked by animals,
if I have to get specific with it, it's going to be basically like, urban subway vermin, rats, pigeons, cats, we're not talking about like wolves, deer, and shit like that,
Yeah, I gotcha. I think that we can go is animal pacification okay? Storyteller, is animal pacification okay as a specialty for animal kin? Is that too broad, or is that a good one? Get attacked by a horde of rats and you're like, stop. Yes, it's okay.
Okay.
So 1 second. It should, when do I get 1 die? Animal pacification, dumbass. Animal pacification. Yeah, okay, good. Yes, animal is a very good specialty, and it's actually cleaner than classification. So it does not grant control or command of animals, does not replace training. Yeah, so it's good. Yeah, so you can calm frightened or aggressive animals, de-escalate stress responses, soothing injured, starving, or territorial animals. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're good. Okay. So that's your that's kind of like your one free specialty. Well, it's not kind of, it is. It's your one free specialty.
Okay.
All right. Now that we got that, now we move to the big one. So, disciplines and powers. So, you had one discipline point for free into which one? Presence, right? Okay. So, presence is supernatural charm, fear, or emotional sway over crowds and individuals. But, so, Gangrel, basically how this works is you pick two of your clan disciplines. Gangrel's clan disciplines are Animalism, Protean, and Fortitude. Animalism is the controlling animals, having your famulus, okay? Protean is being able to shapeshift, for instance, being able to grow your claws big, being able to transform into an animal. And then Fortitude is being able to basically be tanky.
Okay.
So you got to pick two of those. One of them gets 1 point, one gets 2, and I can give you the list of abilities that they have.
Well, I'm definitely going with Animalism and Protean.
Okay, cool. So for Animalism, you have two. Now, this is what I was saying to you before, by the way.
Yeah.
We're going to stick with this. I think that we're going to stick with this, and this is fine. But some of these are not in this core book, even though I know what they are, and I have the actual official thing for them. So.
Yeah.
But we're going to allow you to have them, and then later on, when we, if anything changes or they add new ones into the 5th edition, we will allow people to change. Okay, so here's what it is. You have Bond Famulus, which allows you to have that familiar. The only thing is with the familiar, without Feral Whispers, which is another one I'm going to give you later, giving commands to the animal requires a charisma and an animal kin roll. Okay.
Okay.
So it's basically like how rangers in Dungeons and Dragons can have a familiar, but they have to establish a way that they communicate. Otherwise, they'll just have like this wolf that follows them around. They don't know why, you know. But Feral Whispers allows you to do that for free. But Bond Famulus, so that gives you and what's cool, I will tell you, because this is one that I experimented with. What's cool is that if you were to pick an animal, you can like send an animal into a room, and it allows you to. It gives you images, like you're actually connected to its brain.
Okay.
You can't necessarily communicate it with it good or very well, but it can give you like impressions and sort of like images. You can use it like a scout or whatever. Then the other thing is sense the beast. So you can sense the beast present in mortals, vampires, and other supernaturals. This gives you a sense of their nature, hunger, and hostility. So you see a humanoid, you don't know if it's a vampire, but with sense the beast, it's a passive ability that allows you to, the storyteller will actually just tell you, this man comes up to you, you could, through sense the beast, you tell that it's a vampire, you can tell that he's hostile towards you, and you can tell that he's hungry, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then that's a passive ability. Okay, and then level 2, we have atavism, and that's by subtly projecting your beast into a mortal animal. A vampire may cause it to revert to its most base and primal instincts. Loyal guard dogs suddenly become ravenous. Slathering curs and prize thoroughbreds throw their riders as they champ and buck in a mad panic. So basically, if somebody attacks you with like a dog, like a mortal attacks you with like a dog, or has a dog that they've trained, you say,
Yeah.
and the dog just starts attacking them. Animal Messenger allows the vampire's famulus. It can carry a short message to a person designated by its master, assuming that they can reach them. Those within earshot hear the message as if the famulus were speaking with their master's voice. So that is actually straight up magic, because even if the famulus can't speak, it allows you to magically send a message, okay? Okay, now Feral Whispers allows you to communicate with beasts of the wild and the city. This allows two-way communication with animals. The animal can talk to you, you can talk to it, but it can only talk to you the way that it would normally talk. So like a dog might come up to you and say things like, food, 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 do you have food? And you say, have you seen anybody? And it says, people, people here, people over there, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, and then when it comes to your famulus, if you have a famulus, it allows you to, where it can kind of talk to you, again, limited by the way it actually speaks, and then you can talk to it for free and give it commands for free. So those are the animalism ones, because you can pick one for 2 and one for 1. Okay. Now, I'll go over Protean. So Protean is basically, like I said, shape-shifting either yourself fully or parts of your body. There's other ways to shape-shift. Like, there's other things, but for you, this is what it is, okay? So, Eyes of the Beast is a vampire can will a supernatural red gleam in their eyes, giving them sight even in total absence of light. So this is, if it's not magical, it means that light doesn't bother you. If you're swimming in the bottom of the ocean, you can see perfectly. If you're completely blind in the dark, you can see perfectly. All vampires have a limited amount of this, but Eyes of the Beast gives you perfect. I can see.
Okay.
Unless it's magical. If it's magical, it still can affect you. So, and then Weight of the Feather, the vampire can reduce their effective mass and density, making themselves almost weightless. So you can avoid triggering pressure sensors, as well as avoid major damage from falls, collisions, or being thrown. The power cannot be used for longer leaps, as the vampire's strength is proportionally reduced. By the way, so these are all free. So this costs nothing. Like, there's no rouse check. Rouse checks, we'll go over that in a minute, but... and then Eyes of the Beast is also free, and you can activate it and leave it as long as desired. And then Weight of the Feather is also something that is... It's basically a passive ability. You can say, I want to activate it, and then as long as you want, without anything, you just keep it active.
Yeah.
So that's the level 1 things. And then here's the level 2 ones. Feral Weapons. The vampire can extend their natural weapons to monstrous proportions. So if you're in humanoid form, you can basically just think it's all parts of you. So in humanoid form, you have claws, like you just have normal nails, but they can become grizzly bear claws, and your fangs become saber-toothed tiger fangs, okay? So they do more, and then basically what it does is it actually gives a +2 modifier to their brawl damage. And it also causes aggravated damage. Aggravated damage is basically permanent damage. It's the one that actually kills you. How this game works is you go, so your health bar, let's say it's 5. You do 5 damage to somebody with a normal weapon that's 5 superficial damage. Once the superficial damage is full, it goes into aggravated damage. These weapons, feral weapons, skip the superficial damage. It just goes straight into the stuff that's going to kill him. And then Vicissitude. This is rare. Oh, you're not going to be able to take it because it has an amalgam, which basically means there's another ability you have to have, and it's Dominate 2. But this allows the vampire to demand obedience of their flesh. So this is skin, muscles, and even bone can be sculpted to warp out of shape. The end result sometimes unnervingly beautiful, but just as often monstrous. So, like, for instance, I could take my hand and go like this and turn it into a spear or whatever. And it is similar to feral weapons, but it's different. You're not going to be able to take it because you don't have Dominate. So those are the abilities you can take for Animalism and Protean. One thing I will mention is that how this game works is there's 5 dots, 5 levels for each of these disciplines. Once you spend points in to get a new level, okay, you get a power that is of that level or lower. So let's say that you said, I don't care about the level 2 powers of this discipline, but I want both level 1 powers. So you get to level 2 and you just get both 1 and you don't need to get the level 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Okay. Well, so for animal, the animalism.
Yeah.
Let's see. For me, I get what is it? Sense the beast, feral whispers, and quell the beast. Right? Those are the 3.
So for animalism, you get bond famulus, sense the beast, atavism, animal messenger, or feral whispers.
Okay,
Quell the beast is later. That one that you're getting sheet.
No. My question is the feral whispers and the other one that sounds like you're talking to animals. What's the difference between those two?
So feral whispers allows you to talk to animals for free, and they can talk to you.
Yeah.
Animal messenger is where you say to your famulus, deliver this message, your famulus flies off, and then magically your famulus, like a tape recorder, gives your message.
Okay. Then I'm going to go with feral whispers and the familius.
Okay. So, yeah. So you should be able to click on the discipline drop down.
Yeah.
And then you just type in the discipline underneath. And that one is going to be 2 dots. Your other one is 1 dot.
What is it? Okay.
I was helping with Alex, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't want to establish there. And I said, oh, I'm sorry for swearing in front of your dad. And his dad said, Nadia, it's okay. You swear like a truck driver.
That's funny. Do you want to take Bubbles with you, Nadia?
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm just setting this up with my friend here. No, or actually, yeah. I'll get you.
Yeah, you're good. Don't worry about it.
Different role from you. It might be. I don't know. I haven't played it yet. But, all right. Sorry, Mike.
No, you're good. All right. So now we get to do something that's... Oh, go on.
So, yeah, I did Feral Whispers and the Familius.
Yep.
I did that for Animalism.
Yep, so Bond Famulus is the first one. You put Bond Famulus as the first one.
Bond Famulus?
Yeah.
Okay, Bond Famulus. Let me change it here in this. Add power. Where is custom Bond Familius?
I can send it to you too.
Oh, it's good. Add power. I'm kind of playing around on the site thing as well, but now I'm going down to what is it? Presence. Out of these, I'm seeing Awe, Daunt, and Lingering Kiss.
No. Don't worry about presence yet.
Okay.
You said, because that's your free one, so don't worry about that right now.
Yeah.
You said,
then I'm putting 2 into Animalism and I'm putting 1 into Protean.
Okay, so for Protean, you've got Eyes of the Beast or Weight of the Feather.
And I'm going with Eyes of the Beast.
Okay. Just a moment. Protean, and that's 1. And then, see, this is my. I'm telling you, I know that it's a little bit goofy because we're using the. No, I'm saying I know that it's a little goofy because we're using the ChatGPT. But once you fill this in, it basically becomes a video game.
Yeah.
Like it is extremely, like, advanced. We'll say. a moment. Now it's... Eyes of the Beast. It's a good thing I can type well. Okay, now you get a free one in presents, right? That's what it was?
Yeah.
All right, so for presents, you get... By the way, I just did, basically what I did is I had to do all this, I had to go get all of these freaking things, these disciplines, and I have to go through all this crap, and it was a pain in the butt. Okay, so you've got Awe.
Daunt and Lingering Kiss?
No, Lingering Kiss, those are examples, so Lingering Kiss is a higher level one.
Oh, okay.
Lingering Kiss is something different, but Lingering Kiss allows you to bite somebody, and then like they become addicted to the bite and always want you to bite them. It makes it easier to feed. So Awe is anyone in the presence of the vampire finds their attention. So basically they're drawn to you. It's free, and it lasts for one scene.
Okay.
Daunt. The vampire uses presence to repel. Its powers use appear, threatening and exudes an aura of menace powerful enough to make most mortals avoid their attention, and even vampires think twice about acting against them. This is a free one, and it lasts for one scene. By the way, a scene is like, you know, like when they set the scene before you move into like another room or whatever. And then Eyes of the Serpent. Your eyes turn into slitted serpent-like orbs, able to freeze a mortal meeting the vampire's gaze in place. You can mesmerize other vampires with this power through the effect, though the effect is short-lived and likely to rouse the victim's ire. So this is free, and it's until eye contact is broken or the scene ends.
I think I'll go with Daunt.
Okay. And I'm gonna come in later, and I gotta do all kinds of work to make sure that I put this gets put in correctly. Dang it! What did I just do? Let me see. There you go. All right. Cool. So now you have those. Now we go to advantages and flaws. Now, advantages and flaws are pretty interesting. This is going to be not so much how you are. Well, it is how you are as well, but it's also like other things. So you get to spend 7 points on advantages, and you have to take 2 points of flaws.
Okay, so two points of flaws.
Yes, but you have to spend 5 points, as we've described before. And then
what about merits?
Those are all the same. So merits is, so when you're looking at your sheet, merits is so it's all advantages. So it's advantages is backgrounds, merits, and your haven. And then flaws is just, it's the same idea. It's advantages, but it's like negative advantages. The way that this sheet is a little bit goofy, but because that's basically what it is. So advantages is 179. See, that's what I'm saying.
You already gave me the advantages of herd and enemies.
Yeah, so we gotta go over that. So you have to pick this. So you can either pick fame. So you get 3 points. The 3 points can be used however you want, but they have to be spent into fame and herd. So you can put,
you told me to put 3 in herd and 2 in enemies.
No, I know, but that was just to mark it so we remembered and we didn't forget later. So you can put either 1 point in fame and 2 points in herd, or vice versa, or you can put 3 into 1.
Okay, what about enemies?
Enemies is going to be your flaw, so you don't need to put anything
Oh,
else
that's
into
a
a
flaw. Okay, so
So now you
herd
have
and fame. I only have 3 points that I can use in total, right?
yeah. So you have to pick of the how you want to use
Okay,
those.
so I'll put 2 into herd and 1 into fame.
Okay, and let me just tell you real quick because this is here. I've got it. That's backgrounds. You have the drop down box. Those are backgrounds, right?
Yeah, the drop down box says allies, enemies, contacts, fame, infamy, influence, lore sheets, math, etc., etc.
Okay, so fame is basic, and I've already kind of you understand. I mean, fame is fame. So 1 is a select subculture knows who you are and admires you, and then 2 is you are a local celebrity recognized by a plurality of the city, and then all the way up to 5, which is your fame reaches mass, national, or even global audiences. You are a major movie star, stadium-filling rock star, or former president. And then herd is 1 to 3 vessels with random resonance and no dyskinesia. We'll get into that later. You can change 1 victim resonance once a month. Don't worry about that. But basically, they're like groups that you can use to feed on. Okay.
Yeah.
And then 2 is 4 to 7 vessels, half of whom share 1 resonance. Don't worry about that. Yeah, there you go. And then it's like examples is like aging devotees of the city's fading goth or whatever scene. It says like BHANGRA. I don't know what that is. Scene. It's probably some musical thing. Fellow clubs, Sinisters, or large cleaver family. So, okay, anyway. So you said you want 2 into what now?
I'm putting 2 into herd and 1 into fame.
Okay, and you said those are backgrounds, yeah. 2 into herd.
Yep.
And then 1 into fame.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we'll get into that after we're finished doing this. Your
right.
flaw is going to be enemy.
Now, see, when I go to the flaw drop down, I don't see the word enemy.
What does it say?
I saw enemy under the advantages, but I didn't see it under flaw.
Yeah, it's messed up. Don't worry about that. That's just this sheet.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just this sheet.
So enemies. And how many dots do I put into that one?
2.
2. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And once we finish doing this, we'll go into the specifics, but basically this is like a person or a group of people who know about you, don't like you, and whatever. And because you're an environmentalist, it could just be like a guy who doesn't like you because you like animals and he thinks that's stupid.
Okay.
All the way up to like another vampire who wants to kill you. So, you've spent 3 points. You have 7 points of advantages. So that could be again. So I'm going to tell you, you don't need a haven because the coterie has a haven. So ignore haven.
Okay.
So you have 4 more points into advantages. And
now, what about the merits?
Yeah, same. Advantages is merits, haven, or backgrounds. That makes sense.
Well, I'm trying to look.
So you've got, I'll tell you what they are. So you've got merits, linguistics.
Yeah.
Looks. Substance use. Archaic doesn't matter to you. Bonding. Feeding.
Now, what is the bonding thing?
Okay, so yep, that's good. Bonding is not all vampires respond to the blood bond equally. This is when you feed on somebody. There's a chance that you become bonded to them, kind of like if you think of traditional ghouls, like you feed a mortal your blood and then you kind of own them. Well, it works the same way with everything, including vampires. So
Okay.
if you feed, like if I bond to you, it's because you fed me your blood and now I'm like loyal to you. So
Okay.
some fall under the way of a sway of regnant with rapturous ease. Others resist with every fiber of their being. You can combine these merits and flaws. A character might be a bond junkie with short bond, for example. For more on blood bond, see another page. It's fine. So like, blood resistance is one merit. Your blood rebels against control. Add 1 die to your dice pools to resist a blood bond. Per level you take of this merit. Maximum of 3. Then you have short bond. Blood bonds on you lose their bond strength more rapidly than normal, decreasing at both the full moon and new moon, if not reinforced. So in other words, if somebody feeds you their blood, it goes away faster. The first one makes it so you can resist it easier. And then unbondable is at level 5. You're not going to be able to get it, but it actually makes it so that way you are impervious to the blood bond.
Okay.
Feeding makes it easier for you to basically it makes it easier for you to detect what kind of blood a person has, and that plays into when you feed. There's certain bloods that you prefer. That's what we talked about with the predator type. And then Iron Gullet is one where you can actually feed on bad blood that would actually not be able to be eaten by other vampires.
Mm-hmm.
Then we've got you can eat food is an advantage, but it requires 2 dots. You can consume food without effort and might even enjoy it, though it gives no nourishment and must be expelled before resting for the day. So you actually have to vomit. That's kind of funny. Yep. That and those are merits. Okay. Then we've got backgrounds. Allies. Also considered retainers. Retainers is a ghoul, having a ghoul. So that's pretty cool. Just a moment. Yeah, retainers comes later, but allies are people that you know who you can call upon, and they let me just read it specifically here. They support and help you. Family, friends, or even a mortal organization that owes you some loyalty. So 1 dot is a weak mortal, likely useless in a violent or potentially violent situation. 2 is an average mortal on or a tight-knit group of weak mortals. 3 is gifted mortal or a dangerous group of average mortals, like a street gang or celebrity entourage. 4 is a deadly mortal, gifted mortal with magic or other supernatural powers, or a well-armed group of gifted mortals. Private security squad, stuff like that. 4, and then there's reliability that also goes along with your dot. So at a 1 dot, when you call, they appear half the time. 2 dots, they appear within 1 to 10 hours all the time. And then 3 dots, they appear as soon as possible. So that is allies, are people that you can actually call upon to come with you and do things. Contacts are people that you can call upon for information or something. Like, hey, I had this thing happen.
How many dots in total am I gonna get for these?
4.
Just 4? Okay.
Yeah,
then
because
I think I have my 4 that I want to put 1 dot into each.
Okay. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking
You
resources.
can spend, by the way, you could spend 4 dots into 1.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think I'm going to do 1 into resources.
Okay.
1 into allies.
Okay.
1 into feeding Iron Gullet.
Just we're almost done now. Yeah, we're almost done. Okay, 1 second. You said You have to remind me so I don't have to keep flipping through this. Resources is what?
Feeding
Is it?
iron gullet.
Is that those are backgrounds?
That's a merit.
Okay, so it's feeding, and that's 1 dot. Well, let me see, because some of these, I'm almost done, guys. Please close my door. Feeding. Some of these require more than 1 dot.
Oh.
So I'll tell you. Fleet. Oh yeah. So iron gullet requires 3 dots.
Oh, okay. So.
Yeah, I was
can't
just
do that
giving
one.
them to you so you could maybe understand what it is, and then we'd go into the details.
Okay. What is the lore sheets?
Lore sheets are specific, kind of special things about your character specifically. Like, excuse me, lore sheets. Like a lore sheet. It's on 382. So if you go into lore sheets, these are special. These are like you have some special heritage, or you're connected with a special type of lore related thing. For instance, there are, like, remember I told you about the guy Beckett? Like, you might be a personal friend of him.
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay, so we have dangerous reputation. So like the Bahari, that could be you. Like, you are a member of this thing called the Bahari. You intimidate vampires not of the order of the Bahari. Then there's ritual scarification. You know pain leads to enlightenment. Once per session, you may scar yourself with 1 point of aggravated damage to recover a level of willpower.
I think I'm going to go with this descendant of Xavier, because that seems to be gangrel related.
Yeah, let me get it for you. Because I'll be honest with you, I didn't take any lore sheets, so I'm actually not, like, specifically... Okay, Scar War Veteran. Dang it. I'm trying to find it. Descendant of... You said...
Xavier?
Xavier or Xavier?
Xavier, yeah. It's Xaviar.
Okay, yeah. There's a lot of these. I've got to get a list. I've got to do the... Okay, here we go. Xavier. Okay, so... 1 is 1 dot. Other gangrel treat you with respect they took too long to afford. Xavier, despite any personal grievances, you can always find sanctuary with other gangrel. If any are present in your current domain, at least until you insult them grievously, with them you have 2 dot status. 2. Xavier's experiences with melding through earth, blood, and vitae left a mark on his lineage. Gangrel of this line can make a resolve plus awareness test to detect whether a vampire is merged with the earth or lays torpid beneath the soil. 3. Loyal Hound. You resist the winds of change, remaining with the Camarilla despite your clan's actions. For your loyalty, the local Camarilla prince awarded you status, feeding rights, and territory. Amounting to 4 dots you can distribute among domain, herd, and status, so you get extra dots. Non-Camarilla gangrel despise you, and even Camarilla vampires of other clans pity your solitude, but you guarantee yourself a voice among the primogen. Hey, that's cool. Monstrous bat. What's that?
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm gonna put 2 into the descendants of Xavier.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna put 1 into allies and 1 into resources.
Let me tell you this last one, because it's actually pretty cool. Let me just tell you this last one. Even if you don't take it, it's pretty cool. If you
I don't have enough facts to get this far right now anyways. I only have 4 dots.
Right. No, okay. Yeah, I get it. Each of these, by the way, is separate. So if you get the 2 one, you don't get the 1 and the 2. You get the 2 one. Does that make sense?
If I put 2 dots into the lore sheets, I don't get the other 2 dots.
Right, like you get Martyred Ancestor, which is 1 dot, and that's the one that I said where you get gangrels respect you. You get Where the Bodies Are Buried, which is 2 dots, a 2.1. So each of these lore sheets is like its own is like its
Oh,
own.
it's not a part of the. It's not a part of the points for resources and merits.
No. It is. But I'm saying the lore sheet is like. How do I explain this? The lore sheet. You say. I'm a descendant of Xavier. So this is your lore sheet now.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
merits that come along with it are their own separate merits.
Oh, okay.
So you
Gotcha.
don't spend points to become a descendant of Xavier. You spend points to get the merits that go along with that.
Okay, so like I only need to put 1 point into lore sheets, and then it gives me two more merits.
Well, no. Sorry. How do I explain this?
Yeah.
So you are a descendant of Xavier. That means that you don't have access to being... So this is what it says. Buy an advantage from a lore sheet and integrate the story of that lore into your character's lineage and connections. Some lore sheets, especially the descendant of, require the character to be of a specific clan. Remember that just like other advantages, each level of a lore sheet is self-contained and must be bought separately. Does not automatically convey the lower levels of that lore sheet. So, you say, descendants of Xavier, 1.
Yeah.
And then that gives you the martyred ancestor, which other gangrels respect you. And then as a separate merit, you would go where the bodies are buried, which is 2. You see what I mean? So the descendant of Xavier is not what you purchase. You purchase the merits associated with the lore sheet. But then
Okay.
that is your lore sheet. Like you don't get to like. You can't be a descendant of 2 of them. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I only put 1 dot into the lore sheet, and now it's gonna give me 2 other merits.
Well,
Or I could do 1 merit because of the points that I have.
Yeah, so you could do martyred ancestor, which is 1 point. So you're not spending it on descendant
Yeah.
Xavier. You could, but what you can do is buy them. Like I said, you can buy each bonus of the descendant of Xavier separately. You would put descendant of Xavier like into the notes of your character. But martyred ancestor gives you you're respected by other gangrel, and then where the bodies are buried is where you can detect vampires who are in torpor underground around you. You can, if you get 3, you get bonuses with the Camarilla, including a domain, a herd, and status, depending on how that works. And then 4, you can transform into a humanoid bat hybrid. A giant humanoid bat hybrid.
Awesome. All right.
That's monstrous bad.
The backgrounds that I chose were the resources. I'm going with this lore sheet, so it gives me the 2 merits, and then
you only get 1
allies.
merit. You only get 1 merit though.
Well, I thought since I have 4.
I get what you're saying.
4 points.
It depends on what you're going to spend them on, though.
Yeah, I was going to spend 1 on the martyred ancestors and 1 on where the bodies are buried.
Okay, yeah. So then you would have 1 left over, right? Or because you said, and which is going to go into resources
and
1.
allies.
Okay, so right now you had 4 left.
Yep.
So you had 4. You spent points into herd. Oh, you already heard. Okay, and then you spent points. Okay, so resources. You said that's a background, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now you have 3 more. So you could get martyred ancestor or where the bodies are buried, and that would be all of your points.
Well, see, I did resources, then I did allies.
Okay.
So that's 2. And then I'm choosing the lore sheet and the 2 merits under the lore sheet, the martyred ancestor and where the bodies are buried.
Right, but you only get. That's what I'm saying to you. You only get if you can only. I'm sorry. So the lore sheet doesn't cost you anything, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
The lore sheet is part of your character's narrative. So you put the lore sheet under your notes and say I'm this, but then each of the merits have their own separate cost. That's what I mean.
Oh, okay. So to get the second one, I have to spend 2 points just to get it.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. There you go. Now we understand. Sorry about that.
Okay. So that means for the martyred ancestor, I only have 1 point to spend. So
Right.
I'll choose that one.
Okay. So resource and then what is the lore sheet is a background too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to. Sorry. Martyred ancestor. And then I'll fix all this later. Okay, so you've got fame 1, resources 1, martyred ancestor 1, which is 1. Don't worry about it. I'll get it.
No, yeah. Fame. I have herd 2. I have fame 1. Then I have resources 1, allies 1, and then martyred ancestor 1.
Okay. Herd 2, fame 1, resources 1, allies 1, martyred ancestor. So now you have 2 more points.
Okay. Then
Because you get
what
7.
do I get? What do I get on 2 for resources?
Okay, so I'll tell you. Let me see. Where is it? Gotta keep flipping back and forth here. Just a second. Let me make sure I don't get. Whew. Sorry. I know I'm like. 183. Okay. 183. That's why I said people were telling me, like, whenever I looked this up. So for 2 resources, you get order. Okay. For 2 resources, you get, so 1 is portfolio, so basically you live paycheck to paycheck. 2 is middle class, nice apartment or small house. You don't automatically get those. It's just an example of what you could afford. Several cars, high-end equipment, because each of your havens and stuff is its own separate dots. But like you could have more than 1 car, for instance. That would be something we'd establish with the storyteller just when we actually start to play. But so middle class is if you did resources too. Which is, like I said, like more than you, like a several cars, high-end equipment. It's a representation of what you can afford. It's not like a hard set. This is how much money you have.
Okay. And then what is mask and malwa?
Yep, I gotcha. So a mask is a hidden. Yeah, mask is a hidden identity, and what it and depending on, so like, 1, you have a good fake identity, including credit card, bank account, credit history, birth certificate, all in your mask's name. You can pass a state or provincial level background check. 2 is your mask can pass a background check with the National Police, FBI, Scotland Yard, or the equivalent. If you have a military or intelligence record, it has been classified. If you have a 2-dot mask, you can also buy the following advantages for 1 dot each. These are separate dots, but you can get them zeroed. Someone in high places has purged your real records. You officially don't exist. Or cobbler, you can make or source your own masks. And then Mawala is actually quite interesting. Or Mala. And this it represents a group of kindred who looks out for you, offering guidance, information, or aid once in a while. The word comes from medieval. Yeah, that's fine. Basically, they might trade information or mutual benefit, or even come to your aid if you have a respected relationship. They may be powerful, but their power needs to be direct. Need not be direct. Depending on the number of dots in this background, your Mala might be nothing more than an ancestor, like an older vampire with a remarkable information network, or they might be a very old creature with tremendous influence and supernatural power.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like either a vampire or an old, basically like a mentor. There you go.
Mm.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
So this would be like a mentor within the Camarilla or within whatever organization. So if you got involved, let's say that you got in trouble with the Camarilla, you might say, well, I'm going to call Daddy, and Daddy's going to stop this.
Yeah.
And then you call and he says, yeah, I'll take care of it. Sometimes he's not going to, but you at least have the option to try.
Yeah. Then I'm just gonna put an extra point into resources, and
Okay.
I just need you to remind me what this the merit that I did on that lore sheet.
Oh, yeah, it's called Martyred Ancestor. So what you would do is the lore sheet, and then you would put Martyred Ancestor 1, and then in your notes, you know, it doesn't matter how you do it, just as long as you know Martyred Ancestor is Gangrel's Respect You.
Yeah.
And that it's part of the lore sheet, Descendant of Xavier.
Yeah.
Because I know it by putting it here. But actually, that giant bat form, that's kind of...
Yeah. All right.
Okay, and then your convictions and touchstones is the last thing that we actually need to do. Because
Okay.
the rest of it is
Yeah.
other. Okay, so convictions and touchstones. Whew, this one is a pain in the neck. And we could even do it like later. But I'll explain it to you. And then maybe you just tell me what they are now, or maybe we do something else.
Okay. Well, let's explain it, and I'll
Yeah.
see what I put on it.
So convictions. Each character begins with 1 to 3 convictions. 2 is okay, 1 is okay. Human values they attempt to uphold even after death. This is important because if you break these, they're going to cause you humanity problems. Your touchstones, and then they're both tied together. Touchstones are why they're living humans that represent why you believe what you believe. I have a son. My son was bullied. So I believe that people who prey on weaker people should be killed. So I kill, or punished. So I kill mortals or vampires that I see preying on weaker whatever. Stuff like that.
Okay.
Or I have a friend who is a police officer, and he always taught me to uphold justice. So I follow whatever moral code.
All right. So chronicle tenets are
Not for
freaking
you.
things you believe as a human that you still believe as a vampire.
No. Chronicle tenets are not for you. Those are just for you to keep track of, but those are like basically the storyteller's rules for the chronicle.
Okay. So touchstone and convictions. Okay, that's what it is.
Yeah, so convictions is
Convictions
like
are
what
the
you
people.
believe. Yeah, and then touchstone is the reason why.
Okay. All right. So I've got. Let me pull this up here. I do have some of this.
Yeah.
Because what I'm thinking of is being kind of like almost like a Robin Hood subway, vampire who's down here, messing with the animals and shit like that.
Yeah.
And my thought was I make either the touchstone or the conviction, whichever it is. It's like my old supervisor who kind of taught me these like moral codes, like, hey, never leave this tunnel without, cleaning it or feeding another animal,
Yeah. So I'm just saying though, if you do that, that means that in the story, if you don't follow that, it's gonna hurt you. So
yes.
yeah. So then your touchstone would be the real person. If your touchstone dies, by the way, you lose the conviction, or you have to assign a new person to that conviction. Touchstones are people that you like legitimately have to protect.
Okay.
So it could be like a family member or like a supervisor that you knew in life, and then you know, maybe they don't know that you're a vampire, maybe you've left or whatever, but from the sidelines you're like, oh, I'm watching their life and following them, whatever. So give me your touchstone. If you want me to, I can make a name. I can just have storyteller make a name up, and then
that's fine. You know, I was just thinking of an elderly black man who used to be my supervisor, and then the conviction is, it's the idea of like leave it better, or the saints rule.
Okay, let's do this real quick. All right, storyteller, taking a look at everything that we've put into the canvas so far. Don't change anything in the canvas, but give us some examples of exactly how to phrase this. It's like the conviction is, I always need to pick up, like, don't litter, make sure to clean up after yourself, don't leave an area bad, don't let animals be hurt, help protect animals, that kind of thing. Could you give us some examples of that? Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Okay, and because you can actually do two then. You could do like two of those. Like you could have two convictions, you just need different... Stewardship.
Yeah.
So, okay. Stewardship could be just clean and, like, leave no place worse than I found it. I am responsible for the spaces I pass through, or neglect is a form of cruelty.
Yeah.
There's also there's a bunch of these, but I'm just looking through them real quick. So, the city is a shared habitat, not a dumping ground. What humans discard, animals pay for. I clean what others abandon. I answer the call of the helpless, especially when no one else will. When the city wounds its creatures, I tend the wound.
Yeah. Let's see. Trying to look at the other thing, because I put this down as like a cult tradition, but I want to put it in this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, since it's basically like a warden of the subway, and...
So you can put a lot of this stuff in your notes. You really just need like a one-sentence description of what this is as far as what it's actually named.
Almost there. I'm looking up through the little notes I was writing here. Come on. Let me use the find button real quick. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good.
So I know you're crunching down on time here.
Oh, you're good. How about Sam Booker for your touchstone's name?
Oh, that'll work.
Or is Isaiah Green? There's a couple of these. I'm just...
Yeah. But it's the idea of that, like, you know, I'm not going to leave an area without leaving food for an animal.
Yeah. I think that what you're trying to describe in the way... I think that what you're trying to describe would be the, like, either leave no place worse than I found it.
Yeah.
Or I answer the call of helplessness, especially when no one else will. Or the city is a shared habitat, not a dumping ground.
Yeah.
So you can pick one of... You want that one?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so we'll put that in, and then you'll see how it works, and you can change... We can change things.
Yeah.
Subway supervisor. Okay, cool. All right. That's actually the whole story. Everything else is going to be things that we can... So first of all, figure out a character name. A name for your character. And all of that can be fixed. We can do later.
Okay.
And then when we do like our group session 0, we'll fill everything else in, and then we'll be good to go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Excuse me. And I've let me exit out of there and see if it's got it. Yep. You can see on the freaking
the character sheet.
The character sheet. I put my name on there.
Oh, your
okay. Actually, let me edit that because I wanted an alias as well.
Well, this could just be your alias. However you want it to be.
Yeah, hold on. You'll see it here in just a sec.
Yeah.
Let me hit the check mark and then exit. And then there you go.
Okay,
so now that's up.
The Subway Saint. I'm gonna paste that. All right. Oh, well, but put that as your concept. Put Subway Saint.
I should have it down.
Oh, did you put a concept in there?
I've got,
okay.
Let's see. Is the concept in the background?
No, the concept is under Kindred. Like in your
under
actual
Kindred.
thing. On the PDF file, it's at the very top. It's under your character's name at the very top.
I got it in the PDF file. Let's see. Description, equipment.
So go to...
Chronicle. Oh, concept. There we go.
Yeah. Put the Subway Saint as your concept.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. I've got that as my concept in there.
Yeah, all right, and then we will continue like basically when we so I'm kind of doing like a session 1 with my dad, and we're playing more tomorrow, 2:00.
Okay.
You're welcome to join in. But otherwise we can basically, because of the way that the game is, we can be playing a few nights, and you can say, hey, I can't make it this week, and we'll play without you because your vampire is just off doing something else, and then you can come back in the other night, you know. So, did you want to come tomorrow, or do you just want to start up another time, or what do you think?
No, that's fine. I can join up for session 1 tomorrow.
Okay, excellent. All right, cool. Then I'll fix everything up, and we'll have a little bit more, because there's a couple things that we'll go through together that are a little bit different, like the Haven. We'll get into what the Haven is and all that. Because we've already got that established, and then you're just a new character that's going to be joining the group that's already established. So.
Okay.
But all right, that's it. We're done, everybody. Wait, what did you say your name was again? Rowan Calder.
Yeah.
He's our Subway Saint. You guys already know Wolfenstein, and you know my character, whose name I all of a sudden can't remember. Jonathan Bain. I tried to think of a cool name, but whatever. And then John Bain, yeah. So we'll have Mr. Calder here joining in tomorrow. So we'll see you all at 2:00. All right. That's all we got. You want to say goodbye to everybody?
That'll work. Y'all have a good day.
All right. Well, I want to thank you all for watching and just say God bless you all and have a good day.